Clouds have gathered here before. Sand has shifted beneath our feet. Time has marked the moments when trembling hearts skipped a beat. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. A rush of wind fills the air, the breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. Be still. Who am I to doubt this truth? Who am I to fear my need? The one who holds my life and breath will not falter, will not leave. So be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. A rush of wind fills the air, the breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. God is here. Be still. Be still. Oh, be still. Be still. Ooh. Be still. Be still. Be still.
And good morning, Unity of Melbourne. Everybody in the sanctuary, good morning. And good morning to you watching us virtually. It is so good to have you here. It's raining actually up here. Not in the sanctuary yet. Fred, be careful. It's still early in the service yet. But we're so glad to have you right here. That was Denise Roger with Be Still. And we just want to let you know that it is absolutely a great feeling to have everyone here. I've seen a couple of umbrellas and people walking in, and Ron was out just before and got rain on his shirt, and hope it dries out before he has to play that bass, because that would not be a good thing to play with that. But we are so glad that you are here joining us, again, both in sanctuary and online. Why at Unity of Melbourne? Why? Because we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. Now, some of you I've just heard, and both in sanctuary, and I thought I heard one or two people actually repeating it while it was up on the screen while I was saying it, but we're going to do it all together. So would you please affirm, not say, affirm with me, we love and accept ourselves and others, and we heal our world. And one of the ways that we do that is through music, and especially a Daniel Nahmod song, Your Soul is Welcome Here.
You're welcome to stand and clap. I think you know this song. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. All right, everybody, here we go. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
And know that your soul is welcome here. Let's take this time in prayer. Today's affirmation from the Daily Word is, my purpose fuels my passion. Purpose sets my heart aflame with passion. Each day I awaken ready to answer the call of my heart, to give my best efforts and the fullest attention to purposeful activity. Passion is an energy that I bring to everything that I do. I discover the glory of God through passion. As I do the things that make me feel the most alive, that fills me with energy and zeal, and color the world with hope and promise, I recognize the divine presence behind it all. God is the source of all the passion I feel and the purpose that drives me. My passion is not for me alone. The life energy that radiates from me inspires those around me to live a life of purpose and a life of passion, and to boldly express their divinity as only they can. Our affirmation is, my purpose fuels my passion. And so it is, and we claim it to be. I do want to welcome all of you who are in the sanctuary, and certainly those who are watching us online. I know we have a few new people who are joining us, and we welcome you. We absolutely welcome you here to Unity of Melbourne. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, whether you're just moved here, whether you're visiting, I think between Maggie and Judy, we've identified people and made sure that you've got a little goodie bag of what we have for you, and please pick one up on your way out. If you're joining us for the first time online, or if you're familiar with us all, please take the opportunity to let us know where you are watching us from, and if this is your first time, because we'd like to recognize you later on in the service as well. So welcome. We've got a a new series starting next week on Sunday. And Joseph, can you go ahead and bring those slides up? That one's a little late. There we go. Starting back over. Next one, please. It is new rules for end of life. Now we've got Reverend Elizabeth Longo, who's coming up next week, who will be talking about regeneration and the end of physical life according to unity. And then later on, right after the worship service, one of our licensed Unity teachers, Maggie Roche, and our prayer chaplain team lead, Pat Razzo, will be presenting new rules for end of life. And that will be starting at 12 o'clock. We'll have some light snacks immediately following the service so that people can stay and have things. This will be broadcast on, we'll stream it here on Facebook and also on YouTube. So for those of you that are watching us online from wherever you happen to be, you'll be able to also enjoy that presentation. Then on Wednesday at 7 p.m., 6:30, I'm sorry, I can't read that far, is new glasses haven't shown up yet. 6:30, Maggie will be hosting a Taizé service. It's a community memorial service. That will be right here, and we'll also be streaming it as well. And that will be something, and we're going to have, for those of you who are going to watch it from home and you're here, we'll have a handout for you that'll be available next Sunday. So please just be aware that that's going to happen. And then on November the 7th, Reverend Therese Lee will be doing the lesson, and that will be on All Is Well With My Soul. That'll be the Sunday talk. And then immediately following the Sunday service, there'll be hospice groups. Unity of Melbourne is partnering with St. Francis Reflections. And we'll have a discussion with several hospice organizations, and they'll have handouts, and they'll have, it's a question and answer. And again, that will also be virtual as well as in sanctuary. So those are the things that we've got coming up. And it's all preparation, if you will, for the upcoming Advent season. So those are things that we're trying to provide. Next, we've got, today is the last in the series that we've been doing all month of October, the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz's book. And today we are welcoming back Reverend Dan Holloway, who's just our neighbor from the south. We greatly appreciate him taking the time. And today the talk will be always do your best. That's the fourth agreement. So he'll be talking about that. And on Wednesday coming up, we've joined 7 other Unity ministries where there'll be a deep dive specifically on this talk. Everything from Christ Church Unity in Orlando, Unity of the Space Coast in Titusville, Unity of Melbourne. There's 3 other ministries that are also participating in that. We will have today's Sunday Talk discussion immediately following our service down in hospitality for those of you who are joining us here, and we'll have it on Zoom. Joseph will be posting that link shortly. We'll do that towards the end of the service so it doesn't get scrolled too much, but please join us for that as well. And I think we have one more slide. Oh, yes, the Veterans Center is in desperate need of some coffee and laundry detergent and masks. So if we do have a red wagon, just as you come in, as you're going out of the sanctuary, just on the left going out, on the right if you're coming into the church, a little red wagon that has their name on it. And it's an organization that we support here at Unity of Melbourne. So that's one of the things that we try to support local organizations. So if you feel inclined in going to the grocery store, please feel free to pick any of those items up and bring them. You can bring them during the week when the church is open, Tuesday through Thursday from 9 until 3, or bring them on Sunday, and we'll make sure they get to the right place. All right. I think we have just the children's blessing next, don't we? No, I hadn't mentioned our prayer chaplains. I see we've got the lights, we've turned the house lights down a little bit, and no, it's not that we didn't pay the bill. It's to try to create more of a sacred space in here.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you, Maggie. I saw you. I see Chris is here, and she is one of our prayer chaplains. Unity was founded on prayer, and we have prayer chaplains here that will be available immediately following the worship service to pray with you. We also have prayer requests on the back table. You can fill out a prayer request, put it in the box. That prayer request will be prayed for 30 days here at Unity of Melbourne, and then we send those prayer requests out to Silent Unity at Unity Village, where they're also prayed for another 30 days. You can also send us an email, for those of you who are online, at prayer@unityofmelbourne.com. And if you want immediate prayer right now, Silent Unity is available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And the telephone number is up on the screen if you'd like, and 819-969-2000. And that is 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And again, Chris will be here. And typically by mid-service, one or two other prayer chaplains show up. So please take the opportunity to do that. I think we have children. In fact, I know we have children. I don't have to think. They're there. Down at the other end of the building, and we take this opportunity to recognize those children. And I do want to mention that they, too, are doing the 4 agreements as well. And that's November, so I'm going to put that back. The children are also doing the 4 agreements, and they're also learning about always do your best. And for those of you who have not been with us recently, I do mention that it's a wonderful opportunity that young people are hearing this type of message to always do your best. And I know it's a scout thing as well, but from a standpoint of not taking things personally, to don't make assumptions, and now always do your best. These are the type of lessons that we as adults have to learn, because we have to get over our baggage. We have to get over things. And by our children getting these lessons now, it's so powerful for them because they don't have all the hurdles to overcome. So let's go ahead and give them a little energy. I invite you to rub your hands together, and we want to affirm together, children, we love you. We bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ that you are. And now it's back to the musicians doing a Daniel Nahmod song that I learned just the other day that this is one of Reverend Dan's most favorite songs, and it is, I Don't Need to Know.
When things go wrong, it's natural to wonder, what celestial rule did I break? When things go right, it's logical to ponder, what credit can I take? But the truth is so much easier. I don't need a master plan. I can live here in the moment, 'cause my life is in good hands. I don't need to know where the wind blows, 'cause God knows. I don't need to know what the future holds, 'cause God knows. I need never know how pain ends, how my heart just let go, 'cause God knows. Still I find I'm crying out for answers. Guess I'm still craving control. And still I find I'm afraid of taking chances, as if I could cherish my soul. But at this moment I remember it comes so clear to me. In the minute I surrender, I'm as safe as I could be. I don't need to know where the time goes, 'cause God knows. I don't need to know what the future holds, 'cause God knows. I need never know how pain ends, how my heart mends. I can just let go, 'cause God knows. And I need never know how pain ends, how my heart mends. I can just let go. I can just let go. I can just let go, 'cause God knows. God knows. And God knows.
Thank you. I invite you to focus on your breathing, breathing in deeply and releasing and letting go, as we continue to know that God knows. We can hand it all over to God. We feel that presence and that power of God in our lives right now. We begin this time of meditation by relaxing the physical body so we may become more aware of the spiritual nature of being. We feel a relaxation moving through us from head to toe, relaxing all of the tissues and cells in the face and jaw and neck, moving into the shoulders, up and down the back, adjusting and aligning. With every breath, we are more at peace. The calm continues to move through the arms and hands and fingers, into the chest and abdomen, to the hips and thighs, knees and calves, ankles, feet, and toes. We breathe in pure peace, and we release any worries, any concerns, any doubts. If there are any areas of your physical body in need of healing, we breathe in the light and love and healing power of God. Divine intelligence imbues every cell. And as we exhale, We just feel that presence because we've given over anything we no longer need. If there are any areas of your life that are in need of healing, work or finances, relationships, we breathe in that healing power of God, the light, the love, the guidance, the knowing that all things are working together for good, even if we cannot see it in the moment. And we exhale, and we feel a sense of release and relief. Fully relaxed, we focus on our oneness with God. Wherever we are, God is. We know this is our truth. Our opportunity today and every day is to allow God to express through us to the best of our ability. Always doing our best, simply by being aware, having a conscious awareness of God, which is really all that prayer is. Living in divine conscious awareness of God. So we seek to do our best in our relationships, in our engagements with others. We seek to do our best to and for ourselves. We seek to be a good advertisement for God. We display kindness, empathy, understanding, creativity, wholeness, energy, passion. All of these things are ours because they are part of our expression of God. We seek to do our best by remaining consciously aware throughout the day, noticing when we are pulled off course slightly so we can realign, to be in alignment with the divine. God's love, God's light, God's energy fills us, feeds us, fuels us. We are able to always do our best, moment to moment to moment. So let us consider any areas that we would like to work on, be open to, receive guidance about, so we can do our best in those areas. We can redirect ourselves slightly. And let us listen to that gentle whisper as we rest for a moment in the silence. And dear God, we feel the warmth of your love, the strength of your guidance. We feel the truth of who we are, a personalized aspect of you. We have the Christ within, seeking fuller and fuller expression. For your energy filling and directing us, for your light and your love. We are truly grateful. We pray after the nature of the indwelling Christ presence. And we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace.
and trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. And I rest and trust and breathe and know in the stillness of this moment there is love.
Thank you. Well, good morning. You've been working on a study of a book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This is the fourth part in that series, and it is about always doing your best. But we want to start with where you've been. You were invited a few weeks ago to be impeccable with your word, and then to not take anything personally. And then last week, don't make assumptions. How are you doing with all that? Are your words pure, impeccable, without sin? Or do you have occasionally peccable words? Do you find that it's easy or challenging to remind yourself not to take anything personally? It can be tough sometimes. And making assumptions, we never do that, do we? We've learned these things over our lifetime. We've worked to perfect these things, these judgments, these ways of being, these belief systems. And so readjusting is going to take some work. But our goal is to always do our best. As a matter of fact, the author says that the other three agreements rely on the fourth one, to always do our best. So what does that mean, doing our best? Well, he said, do your best to live intensely. To live intensely. Today's word is about passion. And if you're filled with passion, you direct that passion, then you can live intensely. He also says to forgive yourself for your mistakes. Now, the truth is, if you are living with intensity, you're going to make some mistakes. If you're not making any mistakes, you're not living with intensity. You want to take a chance to do the things that you were called to do. Do your best. He says, but don't try too hard. And don't try too little to do your best. He says, because if you go one way or the other, you're going to find yourself filled with frustration, feeling guilt and regrets, not feeling like you were being true to yourself. Now, I like the idea that he shares that doing your best is going to change from time to time, from day to day, from moment to moment, perhaps. That allows me to forgive myself for not doing my best yesterday. But being in the moment is what's most important. Doing your best is about a conscious awareness. Because if you are continually aware, then you are noticing the words you're using. You're noticing the assumptions you're making. You're noticing when you take things personally. You want to be able to let go of the past so you can be fully present to the moment. And then you want to take action. As guided, you want to take action. That's part of living life fully. That's part of always doing your best. Let me share with you a story from the Bible. I'll let you know that this story, metaphysically understood, may be one of the most powerful stories in the Bible. This is right after Jesus fed the 5,000. After he had dismissed the crowds, he went up the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone. But by this time, the boat, battered by the waves, was far from land, because he told the disciples to get on the boat, for the wind was against them. And early in the morning, he came walking toward them on the sea. But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified, saying, "It's a ghost." And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them and said, "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and started walking on the water and came toward Jesus. But when he noticed the strong wind, he became frightened, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Jesus immediately reached out his hand and caught him, saying to him, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. This story of Jesus walking on the water is spoken of in 3 of the 4 Gospels. But only in one of them, in Matthew, does Peter offer to get out of the boat. So Peter, who, by the way, represents the power of faith, stepped out of the boat onto the water. He was walking on the water. He was walking toward Jesus. And then he noticed the wind, the waves, the turmoil. And because he took his attention off the Christ, he started to sink. See, metaphysically, this is what we are all able to do. We're all able to metaphysically walk on water, do the things we are called to do. We're able to do that as long as we stay focused on that truth. But so often our attention gets drawn off someplace else. And when that happens, we start to lose faith in ourselves or in life or maybe even in God. He says, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" See, our job is to take action, but also to be free. In the 4 agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz talks to us about how we have taken on certain belief systems, that we are victims of life, and we judge so many things. We don't need to be like that. He says there are 3 steps to freedom in the Toltec tradition. 3 steps. Number 1 is awareness. Awareness of oneself and one's possibilities. The second is transformation. It's about taking charge of change. And the third is intent. When you have the intent, the commitment to be fully engaged with life, then you can make the changes you need to make. He admits that this might take a while. Things don't always work immediately. He tells the story about a man who was suffering, and he wanted to transcend his suffering. So he goes to a Buddhist temple, and he asks the master, if I meditate for 4 hours a day, how long would it take me to transcend? And the master says, maybe 10 years. And he said, if I meditate for 8 hours a day, how long will it take me to transcend? He said, maybe 20 years. He said, I don't get it. Why? He says, because your job is to live your life, to enjoy your life, not to do something that you will eventually regret, that you will feel badly about. Live fully, live completely. And that's part of always doing our best. So we're looking at how we do our best by following these ideas of awareness and transformation and intent. And it reminded me of a piece that I'm sure you've heard before, but I'm going to share it with you, from W.H. Murray, the Scottish Himalayan expedition. He said, until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance, which no one could have dreamed would have come their way. I have learned a deep respect for one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, and power, and magic in it. We read in Romans chapter 8, verse 28, all things work together for good, for those who love God, who are called according to God's purpose. It says his purpose in the Bible, but I just gender neutralize it because God is not a man, God is not a woman, God is not a person. God is everything. All things work together for good. Not some things work together for good sometimes. All things work together for good, for those who love God. What does that mean? Well, we love God just by allowing ourselves to be aware of the energy, the light, and the love of God. We love love, and if God is love, then we're loving God. We love God by being on purpose with our purpose. All things work together for good, for those who love God, who are called according to God's purpose. Another way I like to think of this, and it really works with the W.H. Murray piece, is that the universe is conspiring to support you. Things are working together in your favor, whether you know it or not. Your job is just to simply be open, be aware, be looking. Wake up grateful for what this day is going to bring. You will know it. You'll feel it. And then take the opportunity to prove God in your life. You're proving God. God wants to be proved, used, lived, expressed. It's up to each one of us to do that. How do we do that? We follow these 4 agreements. These 4 agreements are helping us to transcend the old ways of being. And they'll have to be continually used and improved because we're always seeking to do our best, moment to moment to moment. Forgiving ourselves for yesterday or this morning. Forgiving ourselves maybe for something we said that was peccable. If we're going to be impeccable with our word, something we want to realize is that words have great power. We know that. If you've said something or done something that you regret, that hurt somebody's feelings, for instance, I've learned to do this, and I've shared this with you. Don't say you're sorry. I'm not sorry. No, it doesn't mean that I don't regret doing or saying what I did or said. You read in Exodus chapter 3, God says, I am is my name. When we say, I am sick, I am mad, we're taking the name of God and we're claiming that energy. Now, we can still express regret or sorrow by apologizing. I apologize for what I said or did. I was thoughtless, and I seek your forgiveness or your understanding. Whatever it might be, you can be so heartfelt. But to claim I am sorry, you're saying I'm a sorry human being. That's misusing the power of I am. So if we're going to be impeccable with our word, let us be in that place of noticing what we're saying, maybe breathing a little bit before we say the words. So we're honest and kind at the same time. We're respecting ourselves and somebody else. But if we're living with intensity, we're going to make mistakes occasionally, and that's okay. We're going to say something and wonder if that was out loud. Did I say that out loud? Oh, no. So we learn to do this. Don't take anything personally. Not just some things. Once again, he's pretty broad there. Don't take anything personally. If somebody came up to me and said, you know, Dan, the problem with you is you're dumb and ugly. I have choices to make there. One of the choices is to feel terrible. But another choice is to realize that that is about them and some trigger I hit or button I pushed or something like that. Now, if everybody comes up and says the problem is I'm dumb and ugly, then I have something to look at myself. But notice that there are times when people are triggered by things that are completely out of your control. You know that's happened. Why did they get so mad? Why did this happen? I didn't do anything on purpose. Well, if you're impeccable with your word and you're not taking things personally, then you're partway there. Don't make assumptions. Does anybody here have an opinion about politics, religion, anything? Yeah. You have some strongly felt opinions on some things. Would you say that's true? I have something to tell you. Don't tell anybody. You're right. You're right. See, everybody who has a strongly felt opinion believes that they are right. But the real lesson in this is the part when I said, don't tell anybody. Your job is having the opinions you have the thoughts you have, but your job is not to fix everybody else, to make them like you. And making assumptions is assuming that people who are doing whatever they're doing should live according to our standards, according to the life that we have lived, the life that we have learned. And whatever their opinion is their opinion. It doesn't mean you have to like it. It just means that we need to honor that each individual is just that. Our job is to live our life to the best of our ability. to demonstrate our truth by living with kindness and understanding and all of these other things, by accepting people for just who they are. It's amazing what can happen when you just accept somebody for who they are. So, don't make assumptions. And just know that you're right. You're right. Just keep it to yourself. If you're going to always do your best, then it is about working with these other agreements. It is about living consciously, making clear decisions, acting on those decisions, realizing that you're not alone, that the Spirit of God is in and all around you. So be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And know that you can always do your best moment to moment to moment. You can always correct along the way. Part of our job, according to Ruiz, is to break the old agreements that we've had, because some of those have not really worked for us, and then to live in alignment with these new ones. Let us together choose to always do our best, because as we have read in Romans 8:28, all things are working together for your good, and the universe is conspiring to support you. God bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Dan. Ooh. Am I only coming out of the monitor, or am I coming out of everything else? I grabbed the wrong microphone. So I'm going to make sure I don't screw up Chris back there. Thank you, Reverend Dan. I appreciate that. That was very powerful. One of the things that I saw when I was in the back looking,
No, you're off. There you go.
was that everyone has opinions. I love that. And when I was looking to see who was joining us online, I just happened to notice my wife. Now, whether she made the comment right after you said that everyone has opinions, and her comment was, "That's important." So, dear, yes, and you are right. But I do want to acknowledge online we've got Tanya, we have Valerie, we have Cynthia, Shane, Janet, Nilza, Angela, Barbara, and Joan. Thank you so much for joining all of us here in the sanctuary. Thank you so very, very much. I do want to mention, too, that on the back table, we have a little card that says, "This week I was blessed by." If you didn't pick one up on the way in, I would invite you to pick one up on your way out. And take a few moments. Because one of the things, as Reverend Dan was talking about, doing your best, and the universe is conspiring to make you successful. And one of the ways that we can ensure that we are successful is through blessing and showing gratitude. And this is one of the ways that we try to acknowledge that. So I'd invite you to think about some way that you have been blessed and drop it off in the basket on your way out of the sanctuary. Take it with you, because it's an affirmation. It adds energy to it. I know this week I was absolutely blessed. Two things. Number one, we just finished up the Living Abundantly, a demonstration of prosperity class that I did. And we talked about prosperity. We talked about a lot of other things as well. We kind of went off on a couple of tangents. But I'm affirming that the 5-week class was a blessing to those who took it, but it was also a blessing to me because it really took me in a direction as a facilitator, as a teacher, as a licensed Unity teacher, about explaining things that were not necessarily focused on prosperity and abundance. But we know that everything is connected. So it touched on the fringes, and it also helped me grow as a facilitator and an instructor. And I also want to acknowledge those who came yesterday to help clean up some of the palm fronds and things that were in the parking lot and around the grounds. So we were blessed by those actions. So those are just the blessings that occur that I'm sharing with you, and I would invite you to use that little piece of paper. There are several ways in which you can contribute and demonstrate the power of generosity. We have a basket in the back. For those of you online, Joseph is posting a link that will take you to our website that has the ability to contribute online through smart device, through a web. And if you are here in the sanctuary, please consider the basket on your way out. But right now we want to go ahead and take the opportunity to express the gratitude in our prosperity affirmation. And Joseph is bringing it up right now. So I'd invite you to take the energy that you have in that blessing as we affirm together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and I am grateful. I'm going to invite you to stand if you're able, because right now we're going to show some of that gratitude as our musicians sing, I am so grateful. There's a sheet in the pocket with hand motions, and Joseph is posting those right now as we sing, I am so grateful.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Kind of do the wave.
We bless these offerings destined for Unity of Melbourne and are grateful for all of the ways that each of you contribute and continue to support this spiritual community. These manifestations of abundance will be used in faithful stewardship. We bless the gift, we bless the giver, and hold the conviction that each blessing will be manifest in each of our lives 100-fold. And so it is, and we claim it to be. Amen. Please be seated. Next week, as mentioned earlier, Reverend Elizabeth Longo will be joining us for our 10:30 service, and she will be speaking on Unity's perspective, philosophy, Unity's ideas on regeneration, and talking about what Charles Fillmore, Unity co-founder, talked about, regeneration. Kind of sounds like reincarnation, doesn't it? You'll have to show up to hear it. So that's coming up. And then we have Maggie Roche, licensed Unity teacher, and Pat Razzo, New Rules for End of Life, the workshop that'll be immediately following, actually 12 o'clock. And we'll have some light snacks in the hospitality. So please stay for that. Joseph, do we have our board president? No, we don't have our board president with us. Yes, we do now. She turned her camera on. So at this time, I would like to invite Valerie Holloway, no relation to Reverend Dan. Try 7. That should be, there she is. Are you there, Valerie?
I'm here.
You're
I'm here.
there.
I said that we know of. Reverend Dan and I are still trying to figure that out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, very good. You have a special announcement that you would like to make to our spiritual community. So I'm going to go ahead and move. I'm going to stay right where I am until Joseph hits the button to in just a moment.
Well, I'm delighted to be with you.
Well, it's good to have you here.
I'm sorry
You're in
I can't
Jacksonville,
be there
aren't
in
you?
person. I'm in Jacksonville. There's not a lot that keeps me away from Unity of Melbourne, but you're competing with an 8-day-old grandbaby. So I'm afraid you lost that one. Can't compete.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanted to come on today to tell you about something wonderful. We've are embarking, of course, on our formal search process for a permanent senior minister. But before at a couple town hall meetings is that we really wanted to look at someone who could help us in between. I call it an interim, but Unity Worldwide refers to it as a minister of record. And effective next month, we have a minister of record who's going to be with us in person monthly for one Sunday talk a month and work with our board, our prayer chaplains, and our LUTs. And I'm delighted to introduce who's going to be our minister of record. And I believe that person is coming on. And there she is. Good morning, Reverend Therese Lee. Another Nana.
That's right. I am grateful.
We're so delighted, and you'll be starting November 1st, correct?
Correct. And I will be with you November 7th for our first in-person talk, and whatever you and Randy tell me to do, we will meet and embrace all the wonderfulness that you are. As I'm still the minister at Unity of Hilton Head, and just going to help you guys on this path to honor all that you are.
Well, we've enjoyed wonderful guest speakers for the last 9-10 months, but it's time for some consistency, and we look forward to having you with us on a monthly basis, and we look forward to the spiritual direction that you can help us with. As you all know, Reverend Therese is no stranger to Unity of Melbourne, and you're just at the right place at the right time for us.
Yeah. Yes, very exciting.
Thank you both for...
I'm so grateful.
Absolutely, and we are as well. So thank you very much. It is great to be sharing the platform with Reverend Therese, as well as all of our guest speakers that show up on a Sunday. So we greatly appreciate that. Just a couple of reminders that we will have the Sunday Talk discussion in hospitality at 11:45. Joseph will be posting that link, that Zoom link, for those of you who are virtual that might want to join us and stay for that talk. As I had imagined earlier and mentioned earlier, the prayer chaplains continue to grow because prayer grows. So we have both Pat and Chris available in the sanctuary if you desire prayer immediately after the service. They are available to pray with you. I want to thank Reverend Dan for his talk. It's always nice to see him and come down, and we still have to get those books out of your car too, so we can't forget those. I want to thank our wonderful musicians today. Mr. Fred Goodnight on drums, Mr. Ron Cobb on bass, Stoney, it's great to have you back. Stoney Copeland on piano. Thank you so much. And blessings. And Julie Jordan on vocals. Thank you so much. We want to thank everyone who has come in the sanctuary today. I think this is the largest crowd that we've had in months. And it is great to have all of you back and joining us, because the energy here when you are there is a lot better for me and the musicians and the speakers, not to take away from the folks who are online. And yes, I'm sorry, Joseph, I'm looking at the ceiling camera, not the one back there. So maybe that's why I'm not making eye contact. I don't know. Anyway, we greatly appreciate everyone's participation in the service. Let's go ahead and close today with our prayer, our affirmative prayer for protection. And then we're going to close with a unity standard. Together, our prayer for protection is: the light of God surrounds me. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, for I know that all is divine.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. This be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Clouds have gathered here before. Sand has shifted beneath our feet. Time has marked the moments when trembling hearts skipped a beat. Be still, my soul. Be still. Be still, my soul. Be still. A rush of wind fills the air, the breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. Be still. Who am I to doubt this truth? Who am I to fear my need? The one who holds my life and breath will not falter, will not leave. So be still, my soul. Be still. A rush of wind fills the air, the breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. God is here. Be still. Be still.